Welcome to Truth and Company Boxing Podcast. Tonight, we have an interview. And before we get into the interview, I'm going to kind of tell you a small story on how this interview happened and the event that's behind me on the screen. And we're going to talk about that a little bit first. So about a week or two ago, I was on TikTok and I fell down a TikTok hole. I go on there a lot to find different people as my guests on Facebook and Instagram. And I came across a live feed between a couple different guys with some odd names. And everybody knows I love fighting. These guys were talking about fighting. Crazy Hillbilly and Gamecock and some other guys. And I thought, who the hell are these guys? So I started talking to them and I asked them if they were fighters. And they said, yeah, we're fighters down in Kentucky. And you know, the guys are from West Virginia and I was like, what kind of fighters? Where do you guys fight? What organization are you with? And, you know, Crazy Hillbilly, he was getting ready for a different match, for a different show. But Gamecock started talking to me about this Redneck Brawl that I actually thought he was kidding. I was like, is this an underground fight club or what is this? Are you kidding me? There's really a bunch of rednecks that box and fight down in the South. So me being from the North had never heard about any of this. This was completely new to me. And you know, I've been around boxing for a long time, and you got bare knuckle boxing, you got celebrity boxing, you got MMA fighting, but I had never heard about this Redneck Brawl or rednecks boxing down in the South. So to me, this was really interesting. So I had to ask Gamecock if he'd be willing to come on the show and do an interview. And at first, I don't think he really believed me. So he FaceTimed me and we talked for about a half an hour. And, you know, he told me straight out, listen, man, I am a true redneck. He showed me around his land and his trailer and where he trains outside, his heavy bag hanging up. And to me, that's old school training, man. That's dedication. That's heart, man. When you don't have a gym, you don't have a trainer, you only have yourself to depend on, and whatever you can come up with, the means on how to train, that's how people back in the day used to train. All this training today with all this technology and all this extra equipment and these nice fancy gyms. I mean, these guys down south, they got no trainers. They got no gyms. They're doing whatever they can, man, to get ready for these redneck brawls and these other events the best they can, man. And I'm going to bring Richard Gamecock Dorton on here in a second, and he's going to talk about his training and his life and things like that. And we're gonna talk about the Redneck Brawl. As you can see behind me, the Redneck Brawl. It's the Country Roads Throwdown. It's May 13th, 6:30 p.m. Central Time, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, Welch, West Virginia. On the bottom of the screen, I got the live address on there. Cost $20 for 25 fights. How can you go wrong with that? That's like $1 a fight you're paying for. These are 3 1-minute rounds. They wear 16-ounce gloves. And the winner of each fight gets like $500. They got ring girl contests. I mean, if you go to the Facebook page, they got call outs from West Virginia to Kentucky, from Kentucky to West Virginia videos of people calling each other out, these rednecks. It's hilarious. You guys need to check out the Facebook page. You need to check out the website, which is also here on the bottom. Also, like I said, these guys train out of their own pockets, man. They got no gyms. They buy their own equipment. They buy their own stuff to train with. So I also have a Cash App on the bottom for Richard Dorton Gamecock. If you guys are willing to send him any money, man, $10, $5, $20, whatever, to help this guy train and make sure he's ready for the Redneck Brawl. I mean, these guys don't ask for anything. They don't want anything, man. So I'm just asking you guys, the boxing community that has supported me for the years and the community that I've supported for the years, to reach in your pockets, man, and throw $5 in there, throw $10, man. Help this man train the best he can to be in the best shape he can by May 13th for Redneck Brawl. And now I'm going to bring on Richard Gamecock Dorton, the redneck boxer from Kentucky. How you doing, Gamecock?
Hey, what's up, man?
How you doing?
Hey, I'm great, man. How you doing?
I'm
Excited,
doing I'm doing
excited to
great,
be
man.
here.
I appreciate you coming on the show, man. I know I'm taking you away from your training time. I know you're training hard for May 13th, man. How's the training going?
Oh, it's rough. You know, you work 10, 11 hours a day. I work 11 and a half hours a day.
And
Then,
what do
you
you what
know,
do you do? What do you do besides outside of training, man? Tell me what your regular job is.
roofing work, construction.
So you do roofing work and construction, and then you go home exhausted, and you still put on the gloves, man, out on the back 40, and you hit the bag and you train for a little bit. I mean,
Yeah,
that's dedication, dude.
yeah. I go in at work at 7 o'clock, and then men work at 7 o'clock every morning. So I'm usually up by about 5:30 every morning, and then I get off work about 5 o'clock, usually, typically, and I'm home by 6. I hurry up and feed all the farm animals, and then I take and get straight at it till about 9 o'clock, and then come in and shower and stuff.
Damn, man. All right, I'm going to take you back a little bit because I know the fans want to know how this all started, man, with you. How did you get involved in combat sports to begin with? Because what the fans don't know is you actually have 11 MMA fights and one boxing match. So I need to know how all this started. We're like, did you get into fights as a kid and like just kind of have to get in the gym, and or did you learn this MMA on your own? Or
Yeah,
what got you into fighting?
yeah. It was like, well, when I was in school and stuff, I quit school when I went like 1 year in ninth grade, and then I quit school because during the summer after the first year in ninth grade, I failed. So then I went to work with Dad doing for the same company I work for now. I quit school when I was 15 years old, and in ninth grade started working for his company I work for now. I'm 38 now, so uh, just I wasn't really getting along with people in school and stuff. So I was always like they call it a nerd in school, I reckon. So, but when I got out of there, one of my brother-in-law, he went and did this MMA match somewhere, and he told me about it. So my two Mexican friends and my brother-in-law comes pick me up one day, and we ride up there to check it out. And all it was, I was the audience. It was him. It was my brother-in-law was fighting that night. Tommy McDavid, he was fighting that night. And then my two Mexican buddies, they took and they was there, and I was in the audience with them. Well, one of the opponent's guys didn't show up, and his name was Justin Cody, and he was 155, and so they did a call out in the middle of the ring, and it was MMA. So I said, well, I think I'm 155. So my buddy says, well, get in there and fight. Get in there and fight. I'm like, I don't know. He's like, no, just get in there and fight. And then the announcer said, well, we'll give you all your money back, and two people gets in, you need to get their money back. I told my buddies, I was like, well, if I go fight, I'm keeping all the money. And they said, all right. So I stood up, said, I'll fight. So I went up there and I fought, man, and defeated him in the second round, man. And ever since that, I had the bug, man, because it was like the adrenaline rush that you get off that, man, is like, I don't know. It's just like, I don't know. You can't replace the adrenaline that you get from walking out to fight somebody that you don't even know, that you're not even aggravated with or nothing. It just, the hype is just so unreal.
So let me understand this. They needed a fighter. They called out to the crowd to get a fighter. You yell, I think I'm 155. You haven't even been training, man. You probably had a couple beers in you or something. And you just get
Yeah.
up out of nowhere, jump up in the cage and beat this dude.
Yeah.
Unbelievable, man.
Well, Horace Gracie and Bruce Lee is my idols. Like, I've watched so much Horace Gracie, like on film. Like, my first 5 fights was like, I won my first 4 fights in submission in the MMA. Like, I was winning like that. Well, I was just used to watching Horace Gracie, and I got so many boy family in my family, man. And we just attack each other all the time, wrestling and stuff. So I'd always do Horace Gracie moves on them. You know what I'm saying? Tap them out. So just attack them at will.
So you've had all these MMA fights and you've never had any actual training, no trainer, no gym. You've learned all this off of watching film on Bruce Lee and Horace Gracie.
Yeah, them are my two idols in the whole world.
So no actual training with a trainer, and you've had 11 MMA fights, and your record is actually 8-2-1, right?
Yeah, I fought for the belt 3 times. The 155 belt twice, and then I fought for the 170 belt once.
Did you lose? You lost both times though for the belt.
Well, one of them was a draw. They called it a draw, and then I lost for the 155 belt, and then I lost at the 170 belt.
Okay. And you've never had any official boxing training either, right?
No, I've never had no training at nothing.
Just advice.
Just a whole lot of advice and watching just whatever it is on TV.
That's amazing, man. 8-2-1, and you've never had any training, and now you just won a boxing match at the first Redneck Brawl, and now you've entered the second Redneck Brawl, and you're going to be fighting again.
Yeah, on March 4th, I did my first boxing match, and because my dad did some tough man contests back in the day, and I always called my dad the Iron Fist, and because my dad, I guess, hits really hard. And one day I called him out boxing one time, and I found out why they called him that. And
So let me ask you then, did your dad ever have any official training?
No, we ain't never had no official training. We just always worked hard in construction and roofing. We've always been roofers all our life. And, you know, when you're packed, like right now, I'm on 11, 12. I'm on TikTok, and I got a few videos of when I'm at work and stuff. I try to put a couple on there. That way people kind of see what I do all day, and then, you know, just come home and try to. And, you know, I'm 38 years old. I ain't no young cat no more. So I try to grind.
Hey, I'm gonna give a shout out for one of your friends real quick, man, because he's blowing up my comments. Dale Wells is Dale Wells. He's blowing up my comments, man.
Bro? I love you, little bro.
Hey, he's showing you love, man, all day long.
That's my little bro, man. I'm not trying to bring up the past or nothing, you know, because it's still heavy. Because it's still heavy on our hearts and stuff like that. You know, my sister, I think it was a little over a year ago, and Dale Wells, my little bro, his mom, my aunt, they got murdered. And a good friend of the family was a triple murder in our town, you know.
Wow.
And, you know, and it's just a bad thing, you know. My sister's husband went crazy and killed him and stuff, and it's just a bad thing.
Okay. So we just wanted to give him some love, man, and get his name out there because he's blowing up my comment feed. So he's showing love, so we want to show him some love. That's all. That's
it. That's right. That's my little bro, man. I love you, bro. I can't see his comments.
So listen, let's talk about the show a little bit. It's Kentucky fighters versus West Virginia fighters, right?
Yeah, it's a West Virginia event, and they get West Virginia fighters, and then they find Kentucky fighters to fight them.
Because if you go on the Facebook page, there's call-outs. People go on there, they say their weight, they say where they're from, and they say, come on, man, I'm calling you out. And then other people respond to them. Now, that's basically how they match these guys up.
Yeah. I mean, well, what it is, he gets a whole lot of videos. And what it is, he just gets so many entries on his call. All it is, you just make a promo video. I reckon when you do your entry, you do a registration, and then you do it like a video or whatever. And then if he likes your video and he thinks you're crazy enough and redneck enough, he just goes ahead and he just picks you.
Okay. Yeah, because, like, I want to send everybody to the Facebook page, Redneck Brawl, man. You guys got to check out these call-out videos. They're hilarious, man. They are funny. And if you love them, you're going to love watching this show, man. Like I said, $20 for 25 fights watching Rednecks tear it up, man, in the ring. Get yourself some snacks. Invite over the guys, man, and pay the $20 to watch this. I'm watching it. I ain't even just promoting it. I'm watching it. I've already told me and my girl are gonna sit down with snacks and watch this, man. So I'll be cheering you on, Gamecock. I gotta get me one of them Gamecock t-shirts too, man.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna have some made right now. Like I need a shout out to right here. Like this right here is like somebody that believes in me. Well, let me see. I can't go with this.
Yep.
These guys right here sponsor me down here and
all right, Candyman distributing.
Yeah, right. And Castle's Roofing, man. Somebody I work for, man. I worked for since I've been 15 years old. They've been really good people to me and my family. So I just want to give a shout out to them, man. They're really good people, man.
So now you were talking about the video submission when you registered. Do you have to pay anything to be in this?
You ain't got to pay nothing.
Wow, that's a hell of a deal. You get to live your dream for free. If they pick you, you get to fight in front of a huge crowd for free. And if you win, you get $500.
Yeah, you get $500 if you win, and stuff like that, man. I mean, the guy that running it, Chris Smith, he's a real good dude, man. Like, he really looks out for the fighters and stuff like that, man. Like, when you take and go have your physical and stuff done like that, and your blood work done or whatever, you know, make sure you're good and healthy and stuff like that. He pays for all that, you know. He paid for the fight, like your fighter, like registration fighting or something like that. He pays for all that. He just wants you to show up and just do what you do.
Okay, so now who takes care of the corner guys? Do you have to bring your own corner guys?
He had his own corner guys and everything last time and everything. And I just tell you, man, I give a shout out to them because they did real good, man.
That sounds like a great event that he's putting together. And then the commentators, I know some of these people are familiar with the commentators because they're pretty big on the internet, man. The commentators / entertainers are Big Murph, Catfish Cooley, and Andrew Kahn.
Yeah. Yeah, like you got Big Murph, you got Catfish Cooley, you had Big Murph, Catfish Cooley, Andrew Kahn, Mr. Drifts, then you had the Kentucky Mafia Boys, the singers. Then you had New Breed that was there. That's all these autographs. I got a whole bunch of autographs. This is my fight shirt from last time. I got all of them. You can't hardly see it, but I had them autographed them.
Okay, yeah, I can see them.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, man.
Hey, hold up that Gamecock shirt that your wife just handed you. Oh, there's your crown from winning last time, right?
Yeah, that's the crown from last time.
Show me that Gamecock shirt. Show everybody the Gamecock shirt, man.
Where's the white one?
Redneck Brawl. Look at that. That's a beautiful shirt, man. That's awesome. Does it say the Gamecock in the back? Oh, no, Mr. Drifts.
Yeah, he's the one that had this custom made and autographed it and sent it to me, man. And I just want, man, I appreciate that. You know, I ain't never had nobody give me nothing. He's like, I want to send you a shirt to you in the mail. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, send me your address. I'm like, well, I ain't never had nobody give me nothing.
So now, explain to me who that is so that the fans know.
It says somebody I met at the fights and stuff like that. He's on the internet too, man. You know, pretty big name on it, I guess, on the internet stuff, trying to, you know, do things and positive influence and stuff like that. Okay. You know, entrepreneur stuff, you know, but still, man, you know, just, you know, you asked me, you know, I'm blessed on here. Like, I'm already thought I'm in Hollywood getting on here with you, man. You know, I'm cool. I like it.
Hey, your cousin just gave you a shout out, man. Nathan Scott Dorton.
Yeah. What's up, cuz?
So listen, let me did you grow up watching boxing or MMA besides Gracie?
Man, I just tell you, man, I've always done, I just love MMA and stuff like that. And I just like I said, I thought I was signing up for MMA stuff like that, but once I done this boxing and stuff and got in there, I mean, I just got a bug for it now, you know, and I just want to try it out now.
But did you have any favorite boxers though growing up that you ever watched on TV or anything?
If I had to say I had any favorite boxer, that was Muhammad Ali, man. They wasn't nothing like him.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Plus, he's from Kentucky, Louisville. You know, he's just, you know, somebody. You know, he's just good. He was always good. Positive. I just like some of his words, man. He's got good wisdom words and stuff like that, man. I like listening to him. Plus, you know, he's just a good boxer.
So now some people might wonder how you got the nickname Gamecock. Talk to me about that, because I know you raised Gamecocks, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I got a whole lot of roosters and stuff, and just when I did my promo and stuff like that, I was holding my rooster and stuff like that, and just people started saying, "Oh, look at him, he's a Gamecock" and stuff. He just kind of come through, you know, and the owner of it, you know, I turned in to be, you know, I wanted to go in, you know, kind of after my dad's name. I was going to go in at Richard the Bull, you know, Dorton like that, because they called my dad Bull. So I was just going to go in under, you know, under him, and then the guy that runs it, Chris, that owns it, he kind of like, "Hey, what's up? You know, what about you know, the Gamecock?" And people, you know, and that was already kind of a thing, and it sounded good. And kind of get my roosters out there with me and stuff, because I love my birds. You know what I mean? Look.
Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay. Nice. Showing love to the birds.
Yeah,
So do you have how many do you have? How many Gamecocks do you have?
I probably got about 150 right now or something like that.
Holy shit. What do you just raise them? Do you sell them? Do they fight? How does that work?
Just just all of it. Show them all. I show them. I sell them. You know, other people get them to show them and stuff like that. You know, I I ship some out to people that buys them and stuff like that. We've had people come from Chicago to buy them and all the way down here like that. Drive all the way from Chicago.
So now you told me last time off air one time about when you fought the first time, man, that people wanted to get their picture taken with you. They wanted to get autographs. Tell me about that, how cool that was for you.
Oh man, just to be a little nobody out of a holler up in Kentucky, Eastern nobody, you know, and then you got this little kid, oh, let me take a picture with you, and you know, and that right there, you know, is just as big as hype as just getting in there fighting, man. It just makes you makes you feel good, you know what I mean? And just like now, after this boxing match I just had, man, you know, like the other day I was live, you know, on TikTok, and then I had somebody reach out to me. He's like, you know, they got this 2-year-old autism kid that I'm punching my bag and stuff, and they said my 2-year-old's punching in the air the whole time, you know, and you know they got autism and stuff like that, you know, and they said you know, they just love watching you and hear you talk, and you know they're working out, just you know, shadow boxing at yourself, and you know, just stuff like that, and this 4-year-old little girl Paisley, man, you know, that I met with and took pictures with, you know, she's a big fan, you know, and just that right there makes I wouldn't care if I never got paid a dime. I did 11 MMA fights and never got paid one dime to do none of it.
But so that's got to make you feel pretty good, man, that you got kids out there that look up to. You're an inspiration for some of these kids, man. How do you feel about that?
It's hard to tell how I feel about it because it's just like, you know, it makes you feel so good you really can't explain it. You know, because people think they're lying. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, right. For real though.
Hey man, you never know. You might be the next famous redneck after Jeff Foxworthy by the time we get done today, man.
That's right.
Right.
Yeah. And you know, like my big bro, you know, my foreman that I work for, Perry LeMasters, man, like he got me this big workout machine. Like people like donate stuff to me because they want to try to, you know, because I couldn't afford to buy it, you know, me just working, you know, my 9 to 5 and stuff like trying to keep the bills and stuff paid around here and stuff, you know. Then
so let me ask you, what exactly? Give me a typical training day. I know you have a heavy bag because I saw it, but I mean, how much time do you spend out there training, and what kind of stuff do you do out there?
Well, of the evening time, I do a little bit of running, do a little bit of cardio because where I live at, it's all like hills and stuff like that. My driveway is probably about 100, about 75 yards, but it's, you know, it's at an incline like that. So I run suicides up it to get my workout started and stuff like that, try to get my testosterone loose in my legs, and then I'll do some push-ups and stuff while I'm running. And I got some 20-pound dumbbells, you know, I do some curls with and do some push-ups with that, do some jump rope, you know, hit the bag, just stuff like that.
But now you live out in the middle of nowhere, right? You told me you live on 70 acres in a trailer, so you don't really have anywhere to train but outside, really, right?
Yeah,
you even told me one day your garage flooded. You had to pull your bag outside and train.
Yeah, that's why I got my machine outside right now because I was in there fixing my garage up because, you know, and my wife was helping me. We started hanging up stuff. I got a couple of agility balls over there that I work with, but as soon as I had it about set up all the way and just where I just got this property over there and it just come through, that bad rain came through and just flooded it out. So that's when Prairie, man, he looked out for me, gave me this other piece of equipment. Or, you know, I'd have been.
So that's what I mean is basically you just take day by day with training, man. Sometimes your equipment's broke. Sometimes you got to get equipment donated. I mean, and you just never stop, man. It's all heart and determination with you, man. You just keep training no matter what. Whatever you got, you use. So that's why I'm telling people. That's why I got your Cash App on the bottom, man. I'm telling you guys, this dude is the type of fighters that need to exist. Dudes with heart and determination. They don't care about making the money. They just want to fight. They just want to be able to train right, man. We got too many fighters out there that don't even belong in the ring, that get everything handed to them, and they don't have to work for shit. This guy's out here busting his ass, and nobody even knows who he is. So I'm letting the world know today, man.
Yeah.
Gamecock. Start donating some money to Gamecock, man. Help this man train so he can get in the ring and be 100% to win the Redneck Brawl match. I mean, get it out there, man. These are the type of dudes we need with determination and heart. Fuck those little rich boys like fucking, what's his name? Jake Paul. Fuck Jake Paul. He's got all the money in the world. He don't even belong in the fucking ring.
Yeah, he don't need no more. Hey, I got all respect for that dude, but he don't need no more of that.
No. But
I swear, my biggest goal, I tell you my biggest goal, man, there's this little house that's up here on this property. They want $30,000 for it, man, but the inside of it needs redone. It's a little 2-bedroom house. My biggest goal, man, is just to be able to get that house and have that little piece of property right there connected to mine. That way I got my little garage and my little house. That's my biggest goal right now. And I'm going to get it. I ain't going to stop. So I got to do it $500 at a time up there every 2 months.
So tell me the craziest experience that you had with a fan. I mean, I know you haven't been out there with tons and tons of fans, but tell me an odd story or a funny story with a fan.
Do
you got any or no? Not yet, anyways.
I mean, I ain't really had no crazy experience yet. Like, you know, like I did just all been good, man. Because every experience I get with anybody that ain't family or already a friend or an acquaintance or something, that just, you know, it's just, you know, like when people just come up to me, period, and just happy and self, just because the way the world is today, man. And then somebody comes up to you and they're like comfortable enough even just to come up to you the way the world is today, man. Be like, hey, man, can I have your autograph? Can I have a picture, man? I seen you fight, man. You did good, you know, stuff like that. That just means so much, you know. It's like, so I really don't take it as an odd experience or like crazy or nothing, because it ain't all. I love it, man, because it's hard for people even to trust you, even just to have a conversation with you anymore out here in public, for real.
So let me ask you something. Do you have any type of boxing or fighting superstitions? Because a lot of boxers have stuff where they always got to put their left shoe on first, or they got to eat a certain meal before a fight, or you know what I mean? They got to
just. My superstition is, man, just be true to yourself and be true to everybody else, because that's my only superstition. Because I don't know, Dad always told me you got one thing in this world, son, and that's your name. So he said it's as only good as how you gonna make it. So that's my only superstition, man. Just be true to yourself and everybody around you. That way, you know what I'm saying? That way, no, that karma's a bad boy. That's my superstition, that karma.
Okay, no, hey. That's honesty, though, man. That you're always good and trying to be good to people, so that karma don't come back on you. That's the way the world should be.
Yeah, I used to have that guy. I used to be that guy that karma always come around on. I just don't, you know. I like it better when people come up to you on a happy note, man, and cool with you and stuff like that, man. That makes me so much more happy.
Let me ask you, because I was on TikTok the other day, and just for people that don't know, you can go on Gamecock's TikTok, man. This dude blowing up TikTok with videos of training, and he's on there working on the houses and everything. So if you want to follow his TikTok, definitely go follow his TikTok. The other day, Gamecock needed to spar. He's so far out, he don't even got sparring partners. He had to have his wife put gloves on, and he had to spar with his wife. That's how dedicated this dude is. He made his wife put on some gloves in a dress and spar with her. So, I mean, that's what I'm saying is people need to follow this dude, man. He's humble. He's positive. He's got heart. He's got determination. These are the type of people we need in this sport that are building up this sport, man. So once again, I need everybody to check on the bottom of this screen, man. You go to the live on May 13th. You pay your $20, man. You get 25 fights for $20. Send money to his Cash App, help him with training, help him get his equipment right. make sure that he can make his to the fight, make sure he's got gas, make sure he's got food for training, make sure he's got a good heavy bag, make sure he can move all his equipment back in his garage, whatever you can send, man, $1, $5, $10, $20, man. You guys are always spending $85 on a pay-per-view for all these big name boxers, man. You can spend $10 on Gamecock so he can get to the Redneck Brawl, and we can spend $20 watching him kick some fucking ass.
Yeah, and everybody else, man. It'd be so. I mean, I like watching these big name fights and stuff like that. But I just tell you, after this first Redneck Brawl, for real, like, as far as your money's worth, to really getting a laugh and really have a good time and watching a show, man, and just watching people fight and just have a good time, man. And that's where it's at. Listen, I fought 11 MMA matches under Gladiator Fighting Championship back in the day, and I just tell you, that one night up at that Redneck Brawl, it was over 6,000 people in attendance that night. Over 6,000 there. Plus, not counting pay-per-views and all that. I don't even know that numbers or whatever. But, you know, it's like, you know, I had the time of my life at one fight. I'm telling you, I couldn't talk for a week and a half. I'm telling you, it was live.
So, hey. I'm gonna wrap this up, man. But I just want to say I thank you for coming on my show, man. Promoting yourself, promoting the Redneck Brawl, letting people know that this ain't an underground fight club, man. There's real redneck boxers down south, man. So support these guys.
That's right, man.
We support everybody else, from bare knuckle fighting, MMA fighters in the UFC, traditional boxing on TV, celebrity boxing. We got to start supporting these redneck boxers in the South on Redneck Brawl, man. $20 live stream, 25 fights. Pay it.
Well, I just tell you, last time they said there's 25 fights and there was 28 of them. So you got 3 extra.
and what I didn't say is there's not all males on the cards either, man. There's some female rednecks on the card, and these girls are bad. They are bad. I saw some of these girls, and they are nasty. They are going to whoop some ass.
That's right. They ready.
I'm going to give a shout-out right now to Fabu because I find her very interesting. If I can get an interview with her, she's crazy as shit. I saw her promotion video. Fabu, if you see this, you give me an inbox message because I'm bringing you on. You are one crazy redneck girl, man.
That's right.
So listen, if you want to say anything to your fans, your friends, your family for supporting you or watching this, go ahead and give a shout out, man.
I just want to give another shout out, man, to right here. These people right here.
Handyman Distributing.
Yeah, and Castle's Roofing, man, and Big Bro Prairie, man, for giving me the equipment. All the guys I work with, man, for just help pushing me on. My wife for putting up with me through all this, you know, hours I'm putting in, you know, to myself, and, you know, not her and the family, you know, it's a lot to put up with, man, but she's keeping it strong, you know. Kudos to her, most definitely, you know, and just, you know, I appreciate it, man, everybody, and Ethan, and Paisley, and the other little baby is 2 years old, all you guys, man, you the whole reason. I don't care if I never made a dime or do nothing. You guys are the whole reason that I do it. That's like hitting the lottery to me, just y'all smiling and profiling, and you know, that's it. But I just want to thank everybody that got my back, because I want y'all to have Kentucky's back.
and what's the name of the guy that does the Redneck Brawl? Give him a shout out.
Yeah, and Chris Smith, most definitely, man. Chris Smith, man, he's believed in me when I turned as soon as I seen the post on Facebook, I turned the first video in, man. He hollered back at me. You know, he's always been true to me, kept his word with me, man. He's a really good guy, man. He really is. Chris Smith, man, the guy that owns the Redneck Brawl and runs the Redneck Brawl, man. He's a really good guy. He's having me back on the second card, and hopefully he has me back on the third, fourth, and fifth. You know what I mean? You know, he's a really good guy, man. He really, really is.
So how often do these cards happen?
Right now, as far as I know, every 2 months we fight.
Oh, nice. So you're gonna fight. You're gonna be fighting again right after this one in a couple months.
Yeah. So it's like it's like when you fight. Like if you get chose back to fight again, you only got really like 2 months. So like, you know, you got to stay back in the training. You ain't really got no time off. You know what I'm saying?
So let me ask you right now, what do you need to train properly? Gamecock? What more stuff do you need?
Well, I don't know, like a speed bag, and then I like to have one. I call it a torso dummy. It's a dummy from the waist, and you just got the waist and the head and stuff on it. I seen Hillbilly fighting with it on his guy. I like to have one of them so when I'm trying to learn my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5s or whatever, I can pinpoint what I'm hitting. You know what I mean? And I can do it on the back, but when you got a face standing there punching on or something, it's really more accurate type deal stuff. You know what I mean?
Oh, I get it, man. I get it. You got wraps, you got gloves. You could always use more, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, always more hand wrapping stuff because you go through so many hand wraps. You're wrapping your hands with them every day. I don't go a day that I don't hand wrap. I go through them. Like last time I fought. I bought me some gloves. I got the motel room. I got my gas. I made $125 out of 500 last time because I spent all my money. I just had a great time, and that was all it's all about for me. You know what I'm saying? I loved it. I didn't care if I made $1, man, because I had so much fun, and the people around me took so many pictures. That was all it for me. But people helped me out last time. I took all donations and had a bunch of shirts. I had these shirts right here made and gave out to the fans. Throwed a couple out to the fans. Signed them the night before. And throw them out to the fans. You can see that in my TikTok, man. And that's what it's all about for me, man. People enjoying them. And when I seen people like reaching out and trying to grab them in the crowds and stuff, really trying to go after them, not like, that's just, that made me feel good about it too, Just stuff
all
like
right,
that.
Well, listen, I'm gonna let you go. I know it's a late night. You got to get to work, man. You got to go work on some roofs, and then you got some training to do because your fight's only a couple of weeks away, man. We want to definitely make sure you win.
Yeah. I think it's like 3 weeks away, man. May 13th. My birthday's the day after on Mother's Day, man. How crazy is that, It's crazy.
Let's hope that you win for your birthday then.
Yeah, that'd be all right. For sure. Hey, man,
Well,
thanks for having me, brother. I appreciate it, John.
Oh, absolutely, man. I appreciate you coming on my show, man.
Man, anytime anytime you want to hang out, brother, I'd be glad to hang out.
Oh, hey, you got a new fan in me, dude. All the way up here in Minnesota. You got a fan all the way in Minnesota, man. I'm a new Gamecock fan right here. As soon as you get them T-shirts, man, I got to get one.
Send me an address. I'll get you one. Send me an address with your size. We'll get one to you.
And I'll even wear it on my show.
Yeah. And when I fight in Redneck Brawl 3, 4, 5, and 6, you got to wear it on fight day.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, well, listen, man. Hey. You have a good night, man. Take care of them kids and train hard.
Hey, brother, man. Thanks for having me, John, man. God bless. And number one thing, man, keep God first. Everything else will be next in hand.
All right, hold on a minute. And the truth has spoken.
Yeah.